Hello everyone, I am Dr. Geetanjali Srivastav from the Department of Commerce at the Bhopal School of Social Sciences. And today in this module, I am going to talk about the corporate social responsibility, which is at times also called as the social responsibility of business. Corporate social responsibility is a term used to describe the company's effort to improve society in some way. As we know that business is an economic activity, and according to the classical thinkers, the role of business is to supply goods and services at reasonable prices with the best possible utilization of available resources. But according to them, the main objective of the business was to earn profit or the accumulation of wealth. The modern thinkers have the different opinion. According to the modern thinkers, the expectations from the business is that they should provide a positive return to the society at large and not just to the investor. When it comes serving to the society, a company's first motive is to ensure that its business should create value, not just for its shareholders, but also for the customers, employees, suppliers, communities, and to the environment. On April 1st, 2014, India became the first country in the world to legally mandate CSR, that is, Corporate Social Responsibility. The new rule in Section 135 of Indian Companies Act 2013 makes it mandatory for the companies of a certain turnover and profitability to spend 2% of their average net profit for the past 3 years on CSR. This law states that every company has to constitute a CSR committee, and the committee shall prepare, formulate and recommend to the board about the CSR policies and activities to be undertaken by the company, proposed expenditure, and they will also monitor the CSR activities on regular basis. Broadly speaking, CSR activities includes the following program. First, hunger and poverty. Second, education. Then, health, gender equality and women empowerment, skills development and training program, environment protection projects, social enterprise projects, and programs for promotion of rural and national sports. Now, what are the major causes for the growing concern of the CSR? The first and the obvious answer is the public opinion. Nowadays, public opinion is the biggest concern for the companies. They know that they can only survive in the market if they have good reputation in the eyes of their customers. Companies also have lot of pressures from the various regulatory bodies that interferes in the corporate affairs, which compels them to act in the interest of the society. Then the another factor is the trade union movement. Increasing strength of organized labor has forced businessmen to give a fair deal to workers. This include fair wages or salaries, proper and safe working environment, involving union representative in the management's decision, training of staff and job satisfaction, freedom and human treatment to the employees. This is raising the demand for CSR. Then the next cause is consumer awareness. Nowadays, the consumer are more aware, they are more educated, they know about the company, they are working. So that is why the companies has to be very careful. And also there are many complaint forums. So that is why the companies are more conscious about the quality of their product, their prices, after sales services, proper advertisement of their product. So all these factors are making company more aware about the CSR. Then the next is education. The spread of education has enlightened the businessmen to be more concerned about the quality of life, moral values, business ethics and social standards. We have many examples like Tata, Ultratech Cement, Mahindra & Mahindra, ITC Group, who are doing exceptionally good for the social development. Now, let's see one example, that is Samsung. Samsung, who is promoting the technical education for girls. There are 20 technical schools across India. 10 schools are in joint collaboration between Samsung India and Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, that is MSME. 10 other schools are at ITI in partnership with the state of Delhi, Bihar, Kerala, Rajasthan and Bengal. Samsung appoints its authorized trainers to conduct courses at these technical schools to provide specialized training. It also provides all the tools, modern test equipment and other consumable material required for training and skill development for the students. The students are provided with the opportunity to learn on the latest mobile phones, audio visuals and home appliances products. The training covers areas such as repair, troubleshooting and installation. Post-training, the students receive a month-long on-the-job training at Samsung Service Center. So this is how the company are more conscious for the CSR and doing many efforts for the upliftment of the society. Now let's see the responsibilities of a company towards the different stakeholders. But before that, understand the term stakeholder. Stakeholder means when a person has some interest or concern in the company. So there are various categories. Now let's see. The stakeholder can be divided into two categories. First is the internal stakeholder and second is the external stakeholder. In internal stakeholder, we have shareholders and employees. And in external shareholders, we have consumers, suppliers, government and the community. Now let's see the first stakeholder, that is shareholders. We know that shareholders are the real owner of the company. So the first and foremost responsibility of the company is to make sure that the business should survive and grow. Now let's talk about the responsibility of a company towards the shareholders. First is the payment of fair and regular dividends, then full, regular and accurate information on the progress and the financial position of the company should be furnished to the shareholders, requesting the suggestions from the shareholders for the planning process, improving the public image of the company and increasing the assets of the company. So these are the responsibilities of a company towards the shareholders. Now let's see the responsibility towards the employees. There should be the fair payment of wages and salaries. The working conditions should be good and safe for the employees. The management should encourage employees for education, training and development programs. Reasonable and proper chances for promotion should be available for all. The company should recognize, encourage and appreciate the efforts and the skills of their employees. Standard mechanism for grievance redressal should be set up by the company. Now let's come to the external social responsibilities. In external social responsibility, first we have the customers. We know that customer is the foundation of the business and satisfaction of the customer is the ultimate aim for the growth of the business. Satisfied customer accelerate the growth, diversified the business and makes its root strong. This includes understanding the needs and wants of the customer. True and fair advertisement should be encouraged by the company. Regular supply of goods should be maintained in the market. The company should avoid black marketing. And the company should also not engage in the unfair trade practices and the restrictive trade practices because ultimately this is going to disturb the customer. The fair prices should be charged to the consumers. The company should provide after-sales service support also and to ensure the product should not have the adverse effect on the consumers. Now, the responsibility towards the suppliers. Every business concern should deal with suppliers, dealers and competitors in a judicious manner. There should be fair terms and conditions regarding the supply, price, quality of goods, etc. Unfair trade practices should be avoided to exploit the weak competitors. Timely payment method to suppliers should be practiced by the company. Now let's see the responsibility towards the government. The first and the foremost responsibility of a company is to follow the law of land. As we have many MNCs, so every MNC should understand the law of their country, which is very important. Then, to pay the taxes on time, the company should not engage in corrupt practices. Then, the next is company should encourage in fair practices and the monopoly should not be created. Then, the last but not the least and very important, that is society. Business is considered as an instrument not only for the economic growth, but it is also instrument for the social progress. And the responsibility towards the society is to use the natural resources efficiently and effectively, to contribute for the upliftment of local community by providing opportunities for employment, education, public health, housing, etc. By providing equal opportunity to minorities and weaker sections of the society, to preserve and promote social and cultural value, to protect the environment and conserve the natural resources and wildlife. So, these are the internal and the external stakeholders of the company. And the company has to be responsible and the company has to strike a balance between all the stakeholders. Now let's see the benefits of CSR. Obviously, when a company is going to serve the society will give the positive return to the company. The CSR will help the company in better brand recognition, builds the positive business reputation, it increases the sales and customer loyalty, it reduces the operational cost of the company, which automatically increases the savings of the company. It gives better financial performance, which ensures the organizational growth, which makes easy access to the capital. The company, with the help of CSR, would be able to attract the talent and retain the staff. Now let's see the current status of CSR in India. In the views of Venkatesh Kumar, Director of the Tata Institute of Social Sciences, there are some companies who are doing exceptionally good work. There are some who are catching up. There are some who have also not understood the concept of CSR and probably are not doing it the way it should be done. So now it's time for the business community to understand that CSR is ultimately in their interest and going to make them win in the long run. So this is all about the corporate social responsibility. I hope the concept is clear to you all. Thank you so much.